What's up, YouTube? I'm back in the still standing garage. Gonna keep this Monte going. So now what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna start working on the jambs on the actual doors to get those ready for paint. Gotta do both of them. I also wanted to paint the edge here, but then something happened. Now I changed my mind to the point where I'm gonna end up painting the underside of the hood. I wasn't planning on doing that because I only ordered a quart kit and a gallon kit of the same color, and the intention there was obviously the gallon kit was going to be for the outside of the car, and the quart was going to be for the jams and yeah, pretty much the jams under the trunk lid, all that great stuff. But as I painted the jams over there on the car, on the body, I ended up running out of paint. So I ran out of the quart here, and I had to open up the gallon. So now I was thinking to myself, you know what, I'm just going to order another quart kit, and then we'll go from there. That way I'm not short when I start painting the outside of the car. So that's why I decided, I was like, you know what, finally I'm gonna be able to paint the bottom side of the hood. I wasn't planning for it, but you know, it's gonna look better. So that paint kit is gonna be on its way, or it should be on its way already, and I'm gonna go ahead and prep these 3 panels here so that way I could paint them. Paint the jambs on the doors, and then paint the underneath of the hood here. So what I already started doing is I already blocked this side right here, and I gotta tell you that all that body work, all that hard work, all those hours that went into this hood paid off, because this blocked so easy. Didn't have any spots right here because this major area here was super wavy, the whole middle of the hood, and I'm happy with it. It turned out really good. So there's 2 spots, small spots here. I could hit that with glaze, and then here I gotta hit that with glaze, and I think I should be all right. Other than that, everything looks pretty good on this side. There's a metal spot here, but I think that's fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start hitting this side here, start blocking that. And then one thing I want to do with this one is I do want to wet check it too. I haven't wet checked this. I have wet checked every single other panel on this car except for this. Let's keep this moving. Let's get into this blocking session real quick. I'm gonna do a real quick time lapse or a couple of clips of it, and then we're gonna get into wet checking. Let's go. YouTube, so it's completely blocked down. Everything turned out pretty good. I did use 220 grit sandpaper. I forgot to mention that. I did go down to metal on this spot here. This is actually polyester primer. I laid a coat here before when I did the middle of the hood. This one right here is actually epoxy, so I went down to epoxy, went down to metal there, but it turned out pretty good. I didn't find any lows. This is also epoxy here and there. But yeah, it looked pretty good. So I already wiped it down, and it's completely wiped down. I took off all that dust and everything that was on there, so that way we could start wet checking it. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray it with this real quick so we could check it and see if there's any waves. Let me set you guys down, and I'm gonna spray it, and then we'll check it out together. Let's go. Let's see, let's check it out. Ooh, I do see a dent right there. Let me see. Yep, I see 2 of them actually. Oh shit, it's not gonna work out. So there's one right there, then another one over there. You see that? Damn. This over here looks like it worked out nicely. Let me see over here. God damn it. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't want to rework this damn hood. I mean, it blocked out nicely. I don't know why it came out like that. Looks like there's another one right there. You see how it's what is it called? The rail. It's distorted. Kind of goes up. It's wavy. Damn. Looks like it's just 3 areas then. Let me see right here. Let me look at it off camera and then see if that's maybe like a dry spot or something. Let me check it out. I'll cut you guys back on. Let's go. All right, YouTube. So I ended up hitting up Lone Star on Instagram. He has a YouTube channel as well. I'll put the little card on the top right so you guys can go check out his channel. I hit him up to see what he would recommend for me to do. I did add tape in those areas where the little lows are at, and he's recommending for me to actually scuff it and put more body filler on there. Told me not to use glaze. For this area over here, these two areas here, I could use glaze. He told me to block it a little bit more and see if I could get rid of them, but if not, use glaze and it'll be fine. And he said, yeah, just go ahead and scuff it. Scuff those areas, hit some more body filler on there, and then put some more high build primer on there without masking anything around, so that way I don't get a hard line. And then hit it again with 220 grit, and then feather it out, and I should be okay. So I spoke too soon when I was starting to block this damn hood. I was like, yeah, this is turning out really good. All that hard work paid off. I mean, it did. You know, the hood used to be really wavy. Like, it was really bad. And I'll put a card for how the hood looked on the top right as well, so you guys can go check out what I did to the hood. It was a lot of hours put into this hood, and now it's gonna be a little bit more, a couple more hours, but it is what it is. This is the whole point. The guide code didn't catch everything. I didn't catch everything with the guide code. That was the point of the guide code, is put the guide code on there, block it, and see if I found any lows. I mean, I did find those two in the back with the guide code. I didn't find these with the guide code, but I found them with wet checking it. So that's the whole point. It's gonna look better than what it did when I first looked at it, or when I first took it down to bare metal. So it's looking pretty good. All right, guys. So what I'm gonna end up doing is this quick check. It actually says that you can let it evaporate. It dissipates on its own, but I like to wipe it down. I'm gonna wipe it down. I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and scuff those areas there, and then we're gonna add some body filler, and then we're gonna keep it moving from there. It is what it is. A little bit more work, but this is what we're into. Keep that monte moving. Let's go. All right, YouTube. So I went ahead and I sprayed some of that high build primer. So what I ended up doing was I went ahead and I scuffed up those areas needing the rework with some 180 grit to prep them up for some of that body filler. Then I went ahead and I mixed up that Rage Gold body filler, spread it in those areas, blocked it out with 180 grit, and then bumped it up to 220 grit. And then I went ahead and I sprayed 2 coats of the high build primer. So there's 2 coats on there right now. And now what I might end up doing is I'm just gonna let this sit for a day or two before I block it again, block those areas. So while that's happening, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start working on doors, flip them over, and then start taking them apart and cleaning them up. Let's go. I never wet checked this panel here, the door. This is the passenger door. I wet checked every single other panel. Then I just remember right now as I'm checking it, I never put it on video. So here's this one. Just to let you guys know, there was a lot of body work that I did here to match the fender over there. It was a skim coat of filler, but it was body work there in the middle, and then obviously over there a little bit where I went into it. But I finished blocking it, and then I'm wet checking it right now, and I'm really happy with this one. So you can see that. Let me see if it can focus. Come on, focus over there. So you see that over there? Looks really clean. Really clean, no waves. Go really slow. Yeah, so I'm very happy with it. And then this door here, it looks like there's a wave like right here in this area, but it's actually the body line that comes out, and it kind of kicks the door up just a little bit right there. But it looks super clean. I'm really happy with it. So just wanted to show you guys that real quick before I flip these doors over. I'm gonna flip over both doors so that way I can start cleaning up and scuffing the bottom side of them, so we could get all these jams nice and painted, get them prepped. So let's go. All right, YouTube. So I took apart everything on both doors. I took everything I could. One thing that I wanted to let you guys know that's going to make it easier for me is this door right here is a donor door. So it doesn't have anything in it. It's just a shell. So when I paint it, I don't have to mask anything off. I'm going to leave it like that. And I'm just going to go up to like this area right here, spray it up to here, and then I should be good. But this door over here is the original. It has everything in it. That's why I was struggling a little bit to try to flip it over, because it has everything in it. It's a lot heavier. So yeah, so everything's all taken apart. One thing that I wanted to tell you guys too was like all these bumpers, this stuff here, the little plugs, I'm gonna replace them. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy them. I seen them, I think, on eBay, but I'm gonna go ahead and purchase them already, so that way I have them by the time I put everything back together. It's gonna be a while, but at least I have it. And then the screws too, the ones that hold the weather stripping on, I'm gonna go ahead and throw them in this little baggie. Where is it at? Oh, right there. Got a bag and tag to remember where everything goes. So yeah, so everything's all vacuumed up already. It's ready to go. All I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna go ahead and get me some water and some soap, and then go ahead and clean it up, scuff it up, and then we can start going into the maroon Scotch-Brite, and then start hitting these oversprayed areas with 220, possibly 320. I don't know. 220 worked out last time when I did the jams on the car. So let's keep it moving. Let's go. So before I start cleaning up the doors over there, I wanted to show you guys that I already blocked it out, completely blocked it out. I did find another low spot when I was blocking the filler, so I went ahead and put a little bit of glaze on there, and then it came up a little bit. But look at it now. It looks way better than what it did before. Looks really, really good. One thing that I had to do was I had to be really gentle with it. Didn't press too hard on the panel when I was blocking it, because it is flexible. Although I already fixed the seals underneath, but the areas in between those seals where the braces are underneath were it still flexes. So I had to be very gentle with it, let the sandpaper do the work. But look at it, nice and clean. Hell yeah, well worth it. Spending the extra time to do that. I mean, if I miss anything, then I'm gonna notice it after paint. But I did everything I could within the knowledge and the help of Lone Star and his tips and everything. Did everything I could to get it as straight as possible. I mean, if any of you have ever worked on these type of hoods, you guys know how hard this crap is. I mean, like I said, I'm not a pro, but I'm trying to do my best to try to get this on point. But look, that looks real clean. I'm gonna be really happy when I'm driving down the street and it's gonna be as straight as I could get it. You know what I mean? Because look at it, I'm gonna be sitting like right here, let's say, and it's gonna be looking nice and shiny. That midnight blue is gonna be on point right there. So it looks really good from what I can see right now. So let's keep it moving. I gotta flip this hood over now. I only sprayed the quick check on the areas that I was checking, because all these areas checked out already. It was no problem. I was running out already too, so I had to order some. They're not here yet, but yeah, looking good. I'm gonna flip over the hood now, get some help from someone, and see if I can flip it. We can flip it together. It's a heavy ass hood, so yeah. So that way I can start prepping the bottom of the hood and then start washing all of them at the same time. And then another thing I wanted to show you guys too is that I am gonna take these off temporarily, put them on top of here, wash all that area, make sure I scuff it all up, and then I am gonna put them back in here. I'm gonna end up putting on some tape like on the threads here, and then still screwing them in. And I am gonna scuff up these bolts, the heads, and that way I could get paint on them. And I'm gonna put them back on like this with the tape protecting the threads there, and then I'm gonna paint the heads of them with the door and everything, so that way when I put them on, it's gonna look really nice. All right, so the hood's flipped over. Shout out to the wife. She came out here and helped me flip it over. So now I can start working on the underside together with the doors. So I wanted to show you guys those seals that I was telling you guys about. So these right here were the ones that some of them were missing, some of them were broken. It was recommended to me on Instagram by Edgar Guzman. He's the one that told me, hey, check those seals before you start doing any body work on the other side. And I did, and I found a whole bunch of them that were broken, and then I ended up fixing those, and then I started the body work. So now that I'm here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take off the latch here. I'm gonna take it out because I am gonna paint that black, and I'm also gonna remove these clips here, the ones that retain or hold on to the, what is it called, the heat shield that used to be on here. I don't remember if I took it off or It was already off when I got the car a million years ago. So I'm gonna use this tool, Harbor Freight tooling, to remove all these clips here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pretty much, they come off like that. So I'm gonna do all of them, and then we can start getting into the washing. We're gonna go into some little music, and then we'll keep it moving from there. Let's go. YouTube, so it's completely washed down, both the doors over there and then the hood as well. I ended up doing the soap and water with the hood twice because there was some stuff that was really baked on there, so I had to go over it twice. And then I just hit the doors once with the soap and water, and then I went ahead and I went to go get some more clean water, and I wiped everything down with clean water, and then I blew it off. So that's where it's at right now. One thing was that when I start scuffing these up is there's a scratch right here and right here. I'm gonna try to hit them with 220 and kind of blend them out. I'm not gonna spend too much time trying to make it look perfect in here. I mean, like I said, it's not a show car. I'm not gonna be parking somewhere and opening the hood and be like, hey, check it out, you know. So it's gonna be all good. So I'm gonna try to blend it out as much as I can, and then I'm gonna hit it with 220 like I said. Then I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with the maroon Scotch-Brite or red Scotch-Brite, whatever you want to call it. But I'm gonna hit all of them, all these panels with the red Scotch-Brite, and that area with the scratch I am gonna hit it with the 220, and then try to blend it out with the 320 or the maroon Scotch-Brite. Then these areas here, I'm gonna try to hit it with the blade and take off as much as I can that chips off, and then I'm gonna blend the rest of it in. Hopefully the majority of it comes out that's loose or whatever, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Another thing too is there's some glue here where the weather strip was at. I was thinking of trying to take it all off, like scrape it off with the blade or something, but I was thinking to myself, like, I'm gonna put the weather strip right here again, and it has these clips on there to put it in. So the new ones that I have, they go in there, and then I am planning on putting a little bit of that adhesive. I did buy the 3M adhesive for weather stripping. Put a dab here and there so that way it kind of stays on there. But those clips were really on there when I was taking them off. They were really hard to take off. I was taking them off with the needle nose plier like you guys saw. So yeah, so on both sides too. And then this door has some runs already. You see that right there, all those runs from the factory. Must be nice. I mean, I'm gonna try to blend those out as much as I can too. But like I said, I'm not trying to spend too much time, but it should be pretty simple to take that down and then cover it up. Same thing over here with the glue. Got the glue right there. Another thing too is here when I was taking off the stickers, so I posted it on Instagram. I did a post on Instagram and I was like, hey, these damn stickers suck, take off. I'm more here taking off with the blade. And then someone commented and said use acetone or gasoline, and then all the residue and everything should come off. Just how you guys saw that I took it off with the acetone, that really worked. So that's why I like posting on Instagram and on YouTube too. Everybody jumps in, the community gets together, and helps out. So I'm gonna go ahead and start scuffing these up and start getting them ready. So let's keep it moving. Let's go. YouTube, so all 3 panels are scuffed up. They're ready to be sprayed. One thing I still need to do is I still need to wipe them down with some clean water on all 3. So I did end up hitting all these areas here pretty good. The good thing about these 2 doors was that they still had some good clear coat on there. So all I was doing is making sure that I was able to scuff up that clear. As long as it was dull, it wasn't shiny anymore, then I was good to move on and keep it moving. So on these areas here, there was some rust here, there, and then on the driver door as well, or passenger door, I should say. I ended up hitting it with some of that white distilled vinegar combo with water. That combo that I did with the hood and the hardtop, if you guys want to check that out, that's pretty much what I did. And then you see how it turned black. That means that we're ready to go. I did cut myself here. There was some spot welds here that the metal was kind of sticking up. So when I was scuffing up right here, I forgot that it was there, and boom, got my finger. So I gotta watch it. It looks like I gotta hit that area there. See how shiny that is? So that right there is too shiny, so I gotta scuff it up. So I missed that. So that's a good thing that I need to go over them. I did hit the bolts like you guys saw. So I hit the heads. Still have to put tape on them and then put them back in there so that way the heads get sprayed. I did scuff up all the way up to like right here because the chrome trim does screw onto right here, and I want to make sure that there's a nice transition there and it doesn't look like an actual transition. It's gonna look like it's painted all the way, and I don't want to spend or waste too much paint trying to paint all these areas that are not even going to be seen. And like I said, I'm gonna spray up to right here. I'm not masking this one off. I am gonna mask off that one because that one does have everything. But yeah, this one had a lot of rust right here in this area, and so I ended up doing the same thing like I said with the white vinegar situation. And then the runs over here, the factory runs, I scuffed them down a little bit. I didn't spend too much time trying to do it. You know, the weather stripping goes here. I scuffed them up enough so that way I could have my sealer and my paint stay on there or lay on there nicely. Same thing over here. Everything looked pretty good, came out pretty good. Over here too, scuffed up into there. So now what I'm gonna do, like I said, I need to wipe it down with some clean water. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna blow them off first, water, and then we're gonna start prepping up the booth for that paint so we keep it moving. I still have to hit the hinges over here off camera. I'm gonna hit that pretty much the same way I did everything, is clean them up, scuff them up, and then get them ready. So I gotta do both passenger and driver side. So let's keep it moving. Let's go. Alright YouTube, so we're all ready to go. So I went ahead and I wiped everything down twice, and I hit it with the tack cloth and some air. I'm gonna tack it off right before I start spraying. I did mask off this door. I said I wasn't gonna mask it off, but I did mask it off because when I was blowing it out, a lot of the dust kept coming out. It wouldn't stop. You know, it was minimal at the end, but I wanted to minimize it some more. So I covered up all the holes that were on top of here. Obviously some of these holes are still open in here, but I think I should be all right. So this is masked off. Both doors are maxed off and ready to go. I am gonna set up the rest of the booth here. Once I'm ready to spray, I'm gonna mix the sealer right now. Last time I sprayed the car, the jams on the body, I put these exhaust filters backwards. So this is pretty much how they're supposed to go. So it worked out last time, but you know, I wanna use them the way they were intended to be used. So all wiped down, hood is wiped down. I did add another fan over here. I went and bought another one. I bought it and put it there, hopefully bring in some fresh air. But I did set it up kind of ghetto, so next time I'll figure out a different way of setting it up. But yeah, so we're ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start mixing up the sealer, and then we keep it moving. Let's go. All right, YouTube, so it's the next day after laying one coat of sealer. So I want you guys to check it out. Two things happened that were very disappointing. So number one, the major one, whole bunch of fish eyes and some debris in the actual sealer. You guys can see that right there. You see all that crap? So what caused the fish eyes, I'm thinking, is the only thing that I changed, the only variable that I changed in this session was that I used a different pre or wax and grease remover. So I ended up going to my paint supply store and I asked the guy for a wax and grease remover, and he told me to get this right here. So this is what I got. I got the 1 gallon, and I've never used this before. I asked him if it was going to work the same. He said, yeah, no problem. So I went and I got it. And then I did the same technique that I've always used to clean up my panels in the past. But in the past, I've used Eastwood Pre, is what it's called. And Eastwood Pre works really good. I haven't had any issues. So the only thing that I changed in this session was that. Other than that, everything's exactly the same materials when it comes to the epoxy used as a sealer. Everything's exactly the same. So I'm blaming it on that. And I'm also blaming it on myself for not cleaning these areas up as good enough, because all that debris that you see in there mixed with the fish eyes, it was a disaster. And that's the only way I could explain it. I mean, when I was cleaning everything, I remember I blew this off a lot of times. I also mimicked my pretty much how I was going to spray. I was getting the air gun and I was blowing all these areas out to see if anything else came up. We hit it with the vacuum inside of there, so I guess I didn't get it good enough. So it's all over the place. So you see that? All these little fish eyes, and then mixed with the pieces of debris. So it's bad. It's also on the doors. The fish eyes is on the doors. So you see that here. Let me see. So you see that? But these are very minimal. These look smaller. So, but they are fish eyes and they're all over the place. So, yeah, and then here, check that out. So, yeah, so it bubbled up. It is what it is. So I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna fix this. How I'm gonna take care of it so that way I could continue to move on, respray and do what I gotta do. I have been hitting up some people on Instagram, some of the guys that have been doing this longer than I have, and they've already, gave me some tips and advice. Another thing was that my gun was sputtering when I was spraying. It was having air mixed in the fluid or the sealer. I believe it was because these were not on there tight enough. They were not tight enough, so air was mixing in with the sealer there. So it is what it is. At least I know what it was. I didn't have that issue before with this gun, so next time I spray, I'm gonna see if that's the problem, and then I'm gonna have to, if it's the gun or something's wrong with it and I need to replace something, then I do have 2 other guns that I haven't used in over 12 years, so I might have to bring those out and keep it moving from there. Huge learning experience here. Last night I saw this and I had to walk away, and I was like, man, before I burn this whole damn car down. But it is what it is. It comes with it, right? So stay tuned for those next videos. Check out how I fix this, how I keep it moving from here, and hopefully we get a nice looking paint under here. I'm not really worried so much about how it's gonna look under here. This is the type of stuff that I don't want to happen on the outside of the car. So I'm actually kind of glad, now that I think about it, I'm glad that it happened here and not on the outside of the car, or else I would literally have to burn down the whole damn car. But it is what it is. All right, guys, so stay tuned for those next videos. Check out how I'm gonna fix these, and then we'll keep it moving from there. Hit that subscribe button if you're a new viewer. Hit that like, comment below what you think, some suggestions. What have you done in the past? Let's keep it moving. Let's go.